how the secular governing assembly became a sacred containment system. The central challenge in modern Christianity is not merely theological but structural. Many churches operate from a model designed to gather people into sacred spaces, while Jesus envisioned a people empowered to influence the world around them. Understanding this difference requires examining the original meaning of the church and how that concept changed over time. 1. Ekklesia versus sacred space. In Matthew 16:18, Jesus chose the word ekklesia to describe what he would build. His choice is significant because other terms were available. He did not use hieron or naos, words associated with temples, sacred buildings, or localized dwelling places of deity. His mission was not centered on a physical structure or a holy location. Neither did he choose synagogue, which referred to a religious gathering place primarily devoted to instruction and worship among insiders. Instead, Jesus used ekklesia, a common civic term in Greek and Roman culture. An ekklesia was a public assembly of citizens called together to govern, deliberate, and shape the affairs of their community. It was a functioning body with influence, not a religious enclosure. This choice suggests that Christ's intent was not to create a system that withdraws from society, but a people equipped to engage and transform it. Rather than drawing people out of the world into sacred spaces, the church was meant to send people into every sphere of life, carrying spiritual authority and kingdom values. 2. From movement to institution. The transition from this original vision to the modern church model occurred gradually through several stages. The movement. The earliest believers functioned as a relational and decentralized community. They met in homes, public spaces, and marketplaces. Their unity rested on shared faith, spiritual maturity, and mutual commitment rather than buildings or formal structures. The institution. Following Christianity's legalization in the 4th century, the church became increasingly organized and aligned with state structures. Large public buildings became central gathering places, clergy and laity became distinctly separated, and institutional systems expanded. The religion. In many contemporary expressions, success is often measured through attendance, budgets, programs, and buildings. While these may serve useful purposes, they can also shift focus away from the original mission of equipping believers for everyday influence. As institutional structures grew stronger, elements of the old temple mindset reemerged. The emphasis gradually moved from empowering people to maintaining organizations. 3. Evaluating ministry architecture. A helpful way to assess whether a ministry is functioning more like an institution or an ecclesia is to consider 3 questions. What is the source of authority? Institutional religion often depends heavily on titles, hierarchy, and organizational power. The ecclesia emphasizes spiritual maturity, revelation, and relational accountability. What is the role of the believer? In a consumer-oriented model, ministry is performed primarily by professionals while others observe. In the Ekklesia, every believer is viewed as a participant with responsibility, influence, and a role in advancing God's purposes. What is the primary goal? Institutional systems tend towards centralization, focusing on gathering and retaining people. The Ekklesia prioritizes decentralization, equipping and releasing people into their homes, workplaces, neighborhoods, and communities. 4. An architectural reset. Returning to the original vision requires a shift in perspective. The question is no longer how many people can be brought into a building, but how many believers can be equipped and sent into society as agents of transformation. Success is measured less by attendance and more by activation, less by institutional growth and more by the development of mature disciples who influence the environments where they live and work. The church, viewed through the lens of Ekklesia, is not primarily a place people attend. It is a people commissioned to carry Christ's presence into every sphere of life, bringing transformation wherever they are sent.